talking to you just a little bit about what happens when Proto SLG eyes get gunked up or they fail. In just a second here, you'll see me shoot this marker. This is a 2009 Proto SLG. You'll see me shoot off, probably a quarter of a hopper before the eyes finally get gunked up with some crappy paint that I've got.
It's shooting 12.5 BPS, the ASTM cap. So, nothing special on modes there. See, I got it on. I got a green light for the eyes.
Okay, so I've started to shoot here. I've got a first barrel break right about there. And I was a little bit confused about what had happened at first. I was checking the status of the eyes. And also I had run out of paint because I'd just put, I don't know, 10 or 15 rounds in there. So I pull another pod, I dump that in there, and I start shooting again. So it's kind of hard to tell. I'm shooting at a rather slow rate, but you can see I'm really walking the trigger here. Normally I can get 15 BPS no problem, and it's shooting about 8 BPS just because of the default setting that it'll drop back to. It'll drop back to a safe mode at 8 BPS. So you can see the gun is still shooting. What you can't see is that I've got a double blinking green on the back. It's just flashing double green. You saw a very prominent barrel break. There's another barrel break. This was very, very old paint and very old bad paint, which is kind of why I wanted to shoot it off at home just to test the gun. So at this point, I fire a quick burst and call it quits.
Okay, so you saw how it shot pretty well to begin with. It shot at 12.5 BPS. As soon as I broke a ball, you saw that very prominent barrel break where everything just right out of the barrel. As soon as it did that, it managed to gunk up the eyes. So once those eyes get gunked up, you got the indicator light on the back of the marker that begins to flash green. It's just flash, 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 rather than your solid green or your solid red to indicate your status. So what that means basically is that your eyes are detecting something that is jammed in the breech, or they're just kind of gunked up. So once the eyes get gunked up, the board will automatically drop the rate of fire down to 8 BPS because it knows that the eyes aren't functioning anymore. And most gravity-fed hoppers will feed at least 8 BPS. So if you've got at least a gravity hopper, you should be right in that realm of what your gun is cycling at. So when it drops down to that 8 BPS, it'll continue to fire, but it won't have eyes anymore. So in order to fix that, you're either going to have to disassemble your eye covers and take just a swab of the eyes and clean them off, or you're going to have to replace the eyes. Normally, all you're going to have to do is just clean them really well. Another side note that I should add is that when your eyes are blinking green, and you do not have the marker aired up, you just have your finger or a swab or something in the breech, the gun will automatically blink green. So if you're teching this problem, always have the gun aired up, because it took me forever to figure that out. I was sitting there for a couple hours trying to figure out why my eyes were blinking green. I just had my finger in the breech and the air off. So if you're trying to get your eyes clean and you're trying to figure out what's wrong with them, do it with air and do it with paint, because otherwise it's just going to cause major headaches for you. So I hope you learned a little bit about what happens